I'm taking my Pikachu home. Hey.
Hey. Pika.
Netta from Israel is bringing the whole toy box to Eurovision 2018. Should we talk about it? Let's do this!
Wonder Woman, don't you ever forget, you're divine and he's about to regret. He's a I'm not your toy, not your toy. You stupid boy, stupid boy. I'll take you down, I'll make you watch me dancing with my dolls on the motherfucker beat. Not your toy.
My teddy bear's running away. Barbie got something to say. This is Play with a Purpose. Netta is singing a song inspired by the Me Too movement, and you don't need to know that to understand the female empowerment. Yes, this is a song of empowerment for females, but it's really a song of empowerment for all of us. She is not being anti-man. She's being anti a specific man who treats her like a toy. So people can say she's reverse sexist. No, she is not. This is specific, honey. I love how original this song is. It's coming out of left field. We ain't never heard this before. Not at the Eurovision, not at the club, not in the Harajuku district, okay? She's doing it her way on her terms. It pulls you along for the entire 3 minutes. We often say she's overdosed on a can of crazy. Yes, she's done that, but she's also showing us talent and creativity using a vocal looper. They went to the desert. They found this beautiful traditional ethnic sound, Mizrahi elements, Oriental, North African, Middle Eastern. And Netta channels all of it. And I'm in love. That's all I gotta say, Devin.
Oh my God. You're not the only one in love with it, actually. The love spreads all the way from Tel Aviv to Kampala, where recently Ugandans have really caught onto this whole phenomenon that is Netta. This is fabulous. Better than Mizrahi, because Isaac Mizrahi is no longer in the fashion business. I don't know why you keep referring to him. You know, when I look at entries, quite often I look at them as individual sounds, you know, like, oh, this is this particular entry. But when it comes to Israel, you have to give a shout out that over the years, you know, they switch it up, they mix it up, they bring something different. This isn't Golden Boy. It isn't Made of Stars. It's not Skin You Out. It's just bringing its own real flavor to the contest.
It's a golden girl who is made of stars skinning out the competition.
Do you know what? And that is not a bad summary. Many people have predicted that this will finish in the top 5, perhaps even giving Israel its 4th victory at the contest. And I can see why. It is a massive craze. Everybody is going for it.
Are you?
Do you know what? Ness is one of the people I'm really looking forward to meeting.
Do you like the song?
The song is at the top of my playlist. I'm just being real.
Where is it in your 43?
I just think that perhaps my taste is slightly out of the modern times.
So you're saying you don't like it?
No, I'm not saying I don't like it, but I'm saying that, you know, it's not... When we do Wiwi Jury scores, we have to rank. I can't give every song a 10. I can't give every song a 0. You have to. I really use the breadth of 0 to 10 to put where my scores are. Anyway, this isn't about me. This is about Netta, and Netta is fabulous. I'm hoping to meet Netta. I'm hoping to boomerang all the way with her. Look, she's inspired my new hairdo. How about that?
Amazing.
Is anyone talking about that?
All right, thank you, Barbie. We move on to Ed.
I mean, this just has absolutely everything you could want. It has a talented singer who has used her own skills with the whatever it's called to put it into the song. And that was a really pleasant surprise, because normally with these kind of competitions where they choose the singer and then they'll get a songwriter to write the song, it's kind of a mismatch, so they don't really match together, but they clearly work together for this, and it works so well. So you've got your talented singer, great vocals as well. You've got interesting different lyrics with a strong message. You've got some ethno in there that's keeping the Israeli identity. And then you've got the upbeat feeling, everyone's going to move along. And, you know, in Eurovision nowadays that has just become a ballad fest, this is going to stand out so much. And honestly, I just think this is one of the best songs ever to come to Eurovision. This is just, no one has listened to this and just sat there and not wanted to watch through it. It is incredible, and it mixes things up. Incredible, blown away.
Authentic to her.
Look at him, he's a beautiful creature.
So I think, like, I heard it, and the first 25 seconds I was like, okay, I've fallen in love with this song. I mean, it speaks to me on so many levels. I mean, if you can't tell, I might like Pokemon, so any Pikachu reference is going to immediately make me fall in love with it. But even just ignoring that, it's just such an amazingly crafted song. You know, they put a lot of thought into it. It's unique to Netta, and a lot of people have said, you know, oh, it's fast food music. Oh, Salvador will hate this. No, it's not. Okay, so she didn't write it. Doesn't matter. She still has her touch to it, and it still feels like something that she would release. It's something that you can clearly tell has had a lot of art and thought and emotion put into it. And that's something special. I think the fact that it is fun, it's something a bit different, makes it stand out amongst the field. You know, I kind of feel like if you want to talk about disposable pop this year, there's many other songs that you could label that with. You know, Finland, Azerbaijan, a few countries like that have slightly more generic radio-friendly songs. This is radio-friendly, but still feels like it could be a Eurovision winner, like it could be a Eurovision success, and it's something different. It's so many things wrapped into one, which I just really appreciate. She's amazing, love her voice. You just have to watch her performances on Next Star to know that this girl will be a superstar. If I can see this going global. It's already trending across YouTube, and it's going global with the Ugandan people dancing. You can see this being a moment. This will be the most talked about thing, in the way that somebody like a Salvador became talked about, like Conchita became talked about. But she's not a joke. She is not Verka Serduchka. She is an artist, and that is something that really stands out, I think.
Well said. This song has swells, it has dips, and best of all, it has a moment where she can show off that voice with a very big note. She brings it home. This is so authentic. We talk about fast food, non-fast food. This combines Michelin star authenticity with Eurodance fast food McDonald's. So you know what? Give me my Happy Meal with some foie gras. She's serving it all. My score is an 8. That's an 8, like I've eaten, no, an 8.5.
My score is a 9, and it's just, I would say the one thing, I want to see it live as well, because the staging, that's the one thing that we've not seen how they will stage it, which is the difference to something like Italy last year. I know a lot of people have said people are getting carried away like they were with Italy, but this has kind of got a clean slate. We had expectations of Italy, so that's the one unknown factor, I'd say, but otherwise, I love it, and I genuinely think that it could. I want it to win Eurovision. I don't know whether it will, but I want it to.
And that's why I didn't give it a higher score, it's just I haven't heard it live.
Yeah.
And I feel like once you hear it live, all the scores will elevate.
Well, as I said, I think this is one of the best songs ever to reach Eurovision. I gave 2 10s this year, and this is absolutely one of them. This is the song to make Eurovision fun again, give Eurovision personality again. Enough of people, you know, people from Denmark and Sweden and Russia writing songs for some random girl. This is an Israeli team working with a talented girl with personality, with spunk. I love it.
Oh, wow. I'm giving this a 6. And I mean, there is no oh my god. I mean, if you think that this is a really good entry, and just based on the studio cut alone, which is all I've seen, you know, it is a 6. I haven't heard her live. That could elevate. And you need to bear in mind, this is a divisive song, right?
Yeah.
I have ranked it according to its merits. But in terms of, do I like this type of entry? Perhaps not so much, but I like what it stands for. I like what it represents. I like the Me Too movement behind it. I like the empowering lyrics behind it. But this is not a song everybody's going to lap up. I mean, like, yes, it's going viral, and there's massive sensation about it. No doubt it will do well at Eurovision. Qualification is not even up for discussion at this point. But it is a divisive song. This is not a song that everybody will like. Perhaps more than, and if it does win Eurovision, perhaps it will be the most divisive winner of Eurovision. So yeah, I think my score reflects wider harmony.
I feel like they're probably like I'd look at people like Conchita and say they were probably more divisive for other reasons. But I do completely I do completely get your point though. I do think that there are a lot of people who really do not like this song, and fair play if you don't like it. If it's not something that you like, that's fine. This is just our opinions at the end of the day, and the opinions of the 20 plus Wiwi bloggers who voted.
She ain't the next star. She's the star of Eurovision 2018.
I have something to point out. In order to win Eurovision, it doesn't matter if people hate you. You just need to get as many as people to like you and pick up the phone. They can't vote to kick you off. They only vote to win. And she is absolutely reeling in those fans. So I think that's irrelevant whether it's divisive or not.
You're at a party with non-Eurovision fans on the night. They're all drunk. What do they remember? Pikachu! Bak, 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 baka, baka. Honestly, they're not. Most voters are not Eurofan crazy people like us. And we just have to accept that. All the winners in recent years have been somewhat, most of them have been divisive. Salvador Sobral, look within the fandom, it's divisive. Conchita Wurst, inside and outside the fandom, it's divisive.
Even Jamala,
divisive.
Certainly.
44.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give me a history lesson. This is good. I'm curious to know what the other Wiwi bloggers who range from 18 to 80 about
Girl, we ain't got
about 100 countries around the
Can you hold my mic? My computer locked. Sorry.
18 to 80 in about 100 countries around the world, all the way from Austria to New Zealand,
Including from the Pokemon region.
including Israeli Wiwi bloggers.
There's even a penguin in Antarctica who learned how to use an iPhone. All right. The overall score of the Wiwi Jury, when we add it all up, drum roll please. Wow, it is an 8.61. That is massive.
Yeah.
That is massive. Just to give you perspective, only 20 songs got over a 7, and only a handful, I won't give you the number, got over an 8. So this is...
And that will include those people who don't like the song. There will be people who don't like this song and will score it quite low. Obviously, we remove the top and the low for bias, but even so...
duplicates, do we? So
No.
Two people who scored a 10.
Which is why that might knock it down some. But
Oh, wow. The low on this was a 6.
It was Devon.
Your score was the lowest. In any case, that is what we think. What do you think? Is your tongue hanging out with love for Netta's song? Do you think that toy can slay its way to the top? You can let us know here on Wiwi Blogs.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, Tumblr, Facebook, Pinterest.
Don't forget to leave your comments. Let us know what you think.
And do you think she'll be a thunder shock of a winner? Let us know in the comment section below.
We'll see you later. Pikachu!